everyone. Thanks again for joining us. Today I have the great pleasure of meeting with Leanna. She is the CEO of Arizona Pet Project here in the Valley. And Arizona Pet Project is very unique in what they do. I'd say one of a kind compared to all the other pet foundations and organizations that we have. So what makes you guys so unique, and what do you do for not only pets but their owners?
Oh, that's a great question, and thank you so much for having us. The Arizona Pet Project really is unique in what we do. We are the only organization in the Valley that is solely focused on keeping pets in the homes and out of the shelters, and we do that by supporting low-income, vulnerable families and families in crisis who also have animals.
Okay, very cool. So you're not housing the animals, you're keeping them where the pets belong and where their families need them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
amazing.
we love adoption and rescue. We promote it all over as often as we can. But the reality is those pets who are coming into our shelters at one point had a home. And the reality is there are more animals ending up without homes than there are families to adopt them. So the only way to really impact both the number of pets coming into shelters and the number of pets who are euthanized in shelters is by keeping them with the families who love them, which is also the compassionate and humane thing for the people and the pets.
I mean, I'm sure, families already in crisis that are experiencing a lot of trauma to then have to lose basically, essentially a family member, just adds to that trauma. So
that's been our experience. Absolutely.
When I imagine too, the older pets probably have a much higher euthanasia rate in the shelters, maybe than the puppies and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, one of the main reasons why families feel the need to rehome their pets is because of an injury or a medical illness that they just don't have the resources to treat. And so out of concern for their animal and not wanting to see it suffer, they will surrender it to the shelter where they hope that it will be treated. But the shelters are not funded to the point where they can handle all of that, and they do the best they can.
Sure.
But again, if we can just focus on bringing veterinary care resources to those families instead of the trauma of parting with their pets, it's a win for everybody.
Absolutely. Okay, so veterinary services, what other types of services have you guys provided and for families?
We look at every situation very holistically. So we look at all of the reasons why a family may need to part with their pet. Temporary boarding is a really big request from our clients. So anybody looking to access safe shelter in the cases of domestic violence or if they lose their homes, individuals who may need medical treatment for themselves and have nobody to care for their animals. We see that a lot in our isolated and elderly communities who may not have family and friends. And then any type of treatment, whether it's mental health or addiction, and people can't take their pets with them.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
So temporary boarding is a big one. Right now in the Valley, we are dealing with an unprecedented housing crisis. We've seen homelessness increase 33% over last year. And so helping families to provide whatever is needed to bring their pets into transitional housing or regain housing, pet deposits, licensing, spay, neuter, vaccines, is also a big need for our families. And then we also do pet food, supplies. We have community wellness clinics that are our mobile clinics. We go into high need communities and provide vaccines and spay neuter to those families as well.
So to kind of ease some of those financial burdens of pet ownership.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a win-win. I mean, and we know that our community that we work with, our lowest income communities, are kind of their own ecosystem. They have their own sheltering system. Most of them have adopted their animals, either bringing them off the streets or from family and friends who could no longer care for them. And so it makes all the sense in the world to support them. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you get a lot of your referrals for people in need from outside organizations. Are people able to contact you directly as well?
Yeah, so clients come to us in two different ways. We have on staff 2 social workers because we understand that we're dealing with not just pet issues, but people issues as well. And how do we connect them with the human services they may also need?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so we get a lot of referrals from other human service agencies. Again, domestic violence shelters, really any organization dealing with families in crisis. And then we do also have clients coming to us directly, so they can reach out to us through social media. We have a request for assistance form on our website.
Okay.
Or they can come to our resource center down on Central and Baseline.
Okay, fantastic. Where we're at right now.
Where we are right now, that's right.
Very cool. And then as far as, so I heard, sometimes needing outside shelter for pets. What are ways that the community can get involved, that they can help, the donations, the supplies? What are different ways that people can get involved?
Certainly. Like many nonprofits right now, demand for assistance exceeds our capacity. So the number one way people can impact our ability to care for more people and pets is through monetary donations.
Sure.
That can be made on our website, which is azpetproject.org. But other things that we need are supplies for our families, collars, leashes, harnesses, carrying cases, new bags of food. All of that makes a really big difference for our clients. And then, of course, volunteers, particularly Spanish-speaking volunteers. If we have any bilingual folks out there who are looking to get involved, we've got a spot for those folks as well.
Fantastic. So I know we just had your Hero Awards event, which is, I know, your big fundraiser for the year. It was a outstanding event. We had the privilege of attending. What other things do you have coming up that people can get involved with, or come and check you guys out, see what you're doing for the community, and choose to help?
So yeah, we are always looking for fundraising opportunities. So one of the things that we look for are what we call third-party events. So if any businesses or individuals are hosting any type of parties or fundraisers, they can select us as a beneficiary of that. Very appreciated. Otherwise, we have our Desert Duck Derby, which is a duck race. We started it 2 years ago, right when the pandemic hit. Had to go virtual. Yeah, excellent timing. So we did what we call a dry duck pluck, but we are looking to bring that back live and in person this year with an actual race in the water. That is going to happen sometime in late fall. I would just say sign up for our newsletter. We'll have more information on that. And then, of course, our Hero Awards coming up in 2023. We already have our date. March 4th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So tickets,
we'll put it on the calendar.
Yeah, there you go. Tickets and sponsorships will be available for that any day.
Amazing. All right. Well, we will definitely put all the information for you guys to sign up for the newsletter, to get involved, or just, kind of continue to keep an eye on them, check out what they're doing for a community. Amazing organization, just something truly special to keep those pets with their families when they're going through hard times. So I think it's amazing what you guys are doing. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us once again. I'm Laura Jewett, Realtor here with True Realty. Thanks so much. If you have a small business that you would like featured, please give me a call. Thanks so much.